Are you familiar with the three types of admin assistant? Okay, so there are three. So there are three types of executive or admin assistant. However, the differences in these three types are not dependent on work responsibilities, but rather on the professional aspirations of the assistants themselves, right? As their career grows and changes. So they are found shifting between these three classifications. So again, it's the types of admin assistant we are going to present with you or we're going to share with you are not dependent on your work responsibilities or the tasks that you guys are doing or performing, but it's more on your own aspirations as an admin assistant. Okay? So, meron tayong climbers, lifer, and partner. So, we are gonna define them. So, climber. So, sabi dito, stepping stone. So, usually, ito yung mga bago pa lang sa role as admin assistant. So, they increase networking and climbing the corporate ladder. So, kaya siya climber, sabi nga natin sa first bullet, they look at this role as their stepping stone to expand their network, to meet people, right? Climber assistants know about the intricacies of the job, make a name for themselves, and get to interact with the top leaders of the company and the industries. So, alam niyo yung mga bago na gustong umangat, mag, sila to, right? They always know what to do. They are very proactive in everything that they do as well. And they always enjoy talking to the executives. So these are the climbers. They are also career driven. Hence, they are naturally enthusiastic people. So parang hindi parang lahat ng trabaho sa kanila okay lang, na-enjoy nilang gawin, 'di ba? And climbers have more focus and dedication towards their own careers, so they pay more attention to their own goals. So, aside sa trabaho na ginagawa nila, talagang nakafocus sila in terms of developing, improving their own skills, improving their own competencies, because they have the goal of moving up. Iniisip nila na yung pagiging AA or executive assistant is just a stepping stone for them to achieve more, for them to be somewhere else in the future. Make sense? So these are your climbers. Now we have lifer as well. So yung lifer, they are not worried about moving to a different career path. Okay na sila sa kung anong position meron sila. So lifers don't want to change their career or company. So parang nasa ano na sila, safe place na sila. Okay na sila sa ginagawa nila, dito na lang sila. Lifer view their position from the point of view of a long-term career choice. And lifers like predictable environments and avoid surprises. So yung lifer, comfort zone na nila yung ginagawa nila. And they do not want to step out of their comfort zone. So magstay sila. Okay? They are not particularly loyal towards their managers, but their own job. So, pwedeng hindi mo gusto yung boss mo, medyo ayaw mong sundin, pero okay lang yon. Kasi ang goal mo naman is to do your job regardless whether you like the people that you support or not. Ang importante sa'yo, yung trabaho mo. Okay? And lifers are motivated by the stability that comes with your job. So, yun nga eh. Safe haven mo na yung position mo, yung organization, yung role mo, yung ginagawa mo. So, ayaw mo nang umalis doon. Diba? So, you value the stability of the job that you have. And you want to be consistent in what you do. So, these are the lifer. Now, we have the last one, which is the partner. So, positive mental approach towards their job. So, ito yung parang puro positive yung outcome sa trabaho. The job is like collaboration. So you look at the job as if it's a collaboration between you and other people that you work with or that you support. You are very efficient in your job, and assistants view the success of their manager as the result of a collaborative effort. So parang when you look at the success of your manager, you see and you feel and you think that you are part of that success because you collaborated with them. Fluid style of communication. So when we say fluid, you're very comfortable talking to your immediate supervisor and to other people. Partners are encouraged and motivated by the fact that they are making an important contribution to the job being done. So very much aligned to the fourth bullet, diba? So you are motivated more if you see the people that you support be successful. Kasi nga, yung mindset at naiisip at nafe-feel natin since we support them, part tayo ng success na yun. Right? And such assistants have high salaries as they function not just as a subordinate, but also as the second brain of the boss. So hindi na lang siya talaga yung assistant na admin, but it's more of parang assistant ka na talaga, not just hindi lang inuutosan ka lang ng mga other things, but nag-share ka na rin ng insight mo sa boss mo, and everything. So that's the partner. So these are the three types of admin assistant. Again, based on your own aspirations, not based on the responsibilities that you have. So I think we've already established the why earlier. Bakit natin kailangan mag-focus on communication? So we interact with different kind of people every day. We communicate verbally and written, di ba? To different people, different department, different organization too sometimes, right? So we communicate internally and externally. So it's very, very important that we master communication, right? So let's define communication first. So when we say communication, again, it's self-explanatory, but communication is actually a process, right? It is a process by which information is exchanged between or among individuals through a common system or symbols, sign, and behavior. So how does effective communication work? So merong tatlong involved. Meron tayong sender, meron tayong receiver, and the content or the message itself. Tama? So sender, meron niyang objective and yung key message niya. Audience, actual needs, perceived needs, and expectation. So if you are the sender, kailangan alam mo what's the objective of the message and ano ba talaga yung message na gusto mong iparating. Right? And as a sender, you have to think of your audience too. How you want to receive the message. Right? Ano ba yung profile ng audience ko? How do you think they will take the message? Di ba? Yung actual needs nila, perceived needs, and ano ba yung expectation nila? Kasi parang ang technical, no? Parang akala natin, if it's a normal conversation, parang normal lang yan, mag-uusap tayo. But if it's work-related in a professional setting, these are the things that we wanted to consider when we are communicating both verbal and written, right? So the content you wanted to include and consider yung channel. How do you want to send the message? Are you gonna plan to do it face to face? Is it over the phone? Is it virtual video conferencing? Is it via text message? Di ba? So maraming channels. Timing, kailan? Kasi sometimes, di ba, kailangan mo ring i-timing yung pagsisend mo ng message. May perfect timing para mas ma-receive ng maayos ng receiver. Yung format, style of language, is it gonna be an informal message or a formal message? Yung haba, eto, very important, spelling. So, pag written, madali na kasi may grammar checker na tayo and spelling checker na tayo sa email. Pero yung grammar is something that we wanted to consider too, especially if you are gonna communicate in English. Layout and design if it's written, and some illustrations if it's written channel as well. Now, receiver, desired outcome of communication efforts. So, ano ba yung desired outcome ni receiver? And that's something that you have to kasi put in mind. Okay? Now, I wanted to focus on the communication channels. Kasi maraming communication channel, correct? So, eto yung mga communication channels. So, pwedeng chat, face-to-face. Are you gonna provide a speech? Are you gonna send it via email? Is it a small group meeting? Is it a phone conversation? And so on and so forth, right? Because if you look at it, these channels that you see on your screen is a form of communication. And since it is a form of communication, there is a message that we're trying to get across. There's a message that we're trying to send them to send. There's a message we're trying to send to them, right? Okay, sige. Meron ako ditong list, in-arrange ko siya based on the most effective communication channel to the least effective or to the poor communication channel. So, unang-una, face-to-face, tapos conversing in aisle and at coffee breaks, small group meetings, and so on, right? So, nothing beats the face-to-face conversation. Why? Kasi nakikita mo siya. You can see facial expression, yung body gestures, yung hand movement. Makita mo kung nakasimangot ba siya, nakangiti ba siya, kung nakatulala lang ba siya, 'di ba? So nothing beats yung face-to-face conversation. I think everybody can agree to that. Pero yung iba naka-email tapos phone conversation, si Maui. Ano, wala si Maui yung camera niya. Si Miss Menchi din, nauna yung phone conversation. Sige. I wanted to hear from you, Miss Menchi. Bakit nasa unahan yung phone conversation? I think I already have an idea, pero I want to hear it from you.
Ma'am, 'pag, very urgent yung kailangan mong i-relay na message. So, hindi mo alam kung nasaan siya. So, best thing is yung mobile or direct line niya. So, sa akin talaga phone conversation. Mas mabilis akong relay na message, especially 'pag urgent talaga siya, ma'am.
Exactly. Right. So, syempre in your role, laging kayong nakaka-receive ng mga
Urgent,
message, 'di
oo.
ba? Lalo na yung mga urgent ones. So, kayo yung magpapasa ng message.
Yes, ma'am.
So, syempre, alangan namang hanapin mo pa kung
Opo.
nasaan.
Tapos
What if
i-cha-chat mo pa, so
mas
magkakain pa
mabilis
siya ng
talaga?
oras, opo, 'pag
So,
magte-text ka pa, so email or something. So, sa'kin best talaga yung number one talaga sa'kin is phone conversation.
right. So, I think it's something na you're related with the role or with your job, 'di ba? Na in your line of work, mas madali talaga to communicate kung over the phone, especially
Urgent, especially
urgent.
ma'am.
Pero
Yes,
kung
ma'am.
hindi siya urgent, better pa rin
Face to
talaga na
face.
face to face.
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
tama.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am.
And I think during yung pandemic natin, ang best is yung video conferencing na during the pandemic days. Thank you so much. Also, Menchi, I think meron ka din dito nilagay na talking during coffee break. So I think ikaw lang, ayun, you and Jessica yung naglagay nun. So, and it's the second. Why? I think based on experience. Pero why? Why is it effective?
Kasi ma'am 'di ba during parang while working minsan may mga nakakaligtaan ka. So, sometimes 'pag naka-break ka dun minsan pumapasok, "Uy, may nakalimutan akong sabihin pala ganito, ganyan, ganyan." So, especially now, magkakasama kami magkakasama kaming nagbe-break ng especially yung group namin, sabay-sabay kaming bumababa during break time. So, 'pag may gusto akong i-relay sa kanilang message or, information, nasasabi ko during break time. So,
Okay.
for me yun yung reason kung bakit ko siya nilagay, talking during coffee breaks.
Thank you. So, yung may mga important na na-miss, nakalimutan, nakaligtaan, madali mo siyang
Yes.
sabihin
Yes, kasi
during
nandun sila
break.
lahat. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Opo.
What about you, Miss Jessica? Bakit mo nilagay yung conversation during coffee
uh,
breaks?
Additional relationship. for each other. Kasi minsan pagka hindi kayo nagkaintindihan through phone conversation, chat, and others, mas madali lalo na pag pareho kayong coffee lover.
Ayan.
So, more
Yung
on,
taong hindi nagfa-function ng walang kape sa katawan.
yes, opo, like me. So, mas comfortable ako pagka nag-coffee breaks. Masabi mo sa kanya kung anong kailangan mo. More on heart-to-heart
Okay.
talk.
And
Yun
I
lang po.
agree. And at the same time, medyo ano siya, personalized. Hindi
Yes
siya
po.
too formal, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
And I think since during break time, so medyo informal yung atake, informal yung approach, right? And you can put personal touch as well, 'di ba, to the
Yes po.
conversation.
More on relationship din na ano, maging komportable kayo sa isa't isa.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Jessica and Miss Benji. We also put here small group meetings. So some of you also put it here, small meeting, 'di ba, as the second or the third most effective. So siguro I want to hear it from Miss Jess. Nakalagay, number 2 mo yung small.
I think po second important communication channel yung small meeting. If, 'pag formal na po talaga yung information na needed i-relay to the group po. Pero kapag ano naman informal, I think kaya po nauna ko yung face to face. That's all.
Yung small meeting din naman, it's better then to do it face to face since majority of us naman are back working in the office, right? So, especially if you have to send to relay the message to multiple people, I think it will be better to gather these receiver around in a meeting room, 'di ba? And relay the message to them in one go. So it saves you time and energy as well. And at the same time, you'll be able to answer all the possible questions that they may have, 'di ba, about the message you're gonna communicate, right? And at the same time, pwede ka pang magawa ng visuals for those who remember better kapag may visual aids or may presentation na kasama. Kasi may mga ganun tayong audience sometimes na mas matatandaan nila, mas maiintindihan nila kapag may visuals na kasama kapag sinesend or sinasabi sa kanila yung message. Alright? So, if you look at it, face-to-face conversation is still the most effective. Kahit yung conversing in aisle or coffee breaks and small group meetings, these are still face-to-face conversation. And then the next is if we cannot do it face to face, we can do it virtually, but with camera. Better pa rin if may camera. Okay? Um, and next na yung large group meetings. Mahirap din kasing i-manage yung message, i-contain yung message kapag masyadong marami yung audience mo. 'Di ba? So and the list can go on. All right? Um, any questions? So before we move forward to the next slide, I wanted to highlight that you have to remember that when you are communicating, whether it's face to face, virtual, or written, or over the phone, you have to make sure that the message is clear. You have to make sure that it is concise and complete. Kasi you wanted to make sure na in one go, all the information and that needs to be delivered is included and that it is understood by the audience, right? And make sure that the information is correct. Mahirap na kapag incorrect yung message na marirelay natin. And also, when you deliver it, we have to keep in mind that we have to be professional and we have to be courteous as well to our audience. All right?